Okay, yeah. So I found it. Okay, I see you, KeAndra. Okay, okay. Here we go. Yay! Yay! Okay, all right. I'm about to hang up. Yay! All right, y'all. We figured it out. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we just trying to get we figured out how to do it. So I just realized it's because we have to use like our phones instead of our laptops to do the live video. So give it a few minutes, you guys, because KeAndra's gonna join us in just a second. Hung up too fast probably. Hey Robin. Hey Miss Shanice. Hey Nisha. Hey y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Love is love. Oh gosh. Okay, I see you now. All right, there you go. Okay. Hey, LaPrisha girl. Yay, it worked. Hallelujah.
We got it to work. The devil was busy today, honey. What in the world? Girl, I'm glad we got it.
Yes, we got it. Thank y'all for being patient. I'm getting some feedback. Is that me on your side,
Oh yeah, it might. Yep, probably because I have my computer on still.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. Is it better?
Yeah. Testing 1, 2.
All right.
We good. Okay.
Girl, that Facebook needs to get better. They made this so complicated.
And the funny thing is, Facebook owns Instagram, so it doesn't make sense why it's like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And I only can do it from my phone, so that's I guess why it looks like this, because it wouldn't do it from my computer.
It don't matter. We keep doing, girl. Okay, so I already told everyone that we're just gonna do the drawing at the end, and the way I have it set up is I just have a whole bunch of services in one bowl, and I'm gonna pick up the service, and whoever wins, they win.
Okay.
So what you're offering may not be given away today, but it will be given away. If that makes sense.
Okay.
But we just wanna interview you so like people who are like you can know they can do it. Sometimes we feel like we can't do something because we don't see it happen. And I think you're a great example because I remember when you started your Monogram business. And I think it was amazing because I remember the day we had a baby shower or something, and you had pulled out all the stuff that you had created, and everybody went crazy, and I was like,
at Jocelyn's baby shower, yep.
Yes, that was amazing. So we're going to go ahead and go into the interview part, girl.
All right.
So first, tell us about your business and what type of service you offer.
Okay. All right, so Monogram by Key, I started Monogram Key about December will make 3 years ago. I started Monogram by Key because my family and I, we were in love with Monogram. So Monogram is with stitching, it's embroidery. And so I started my business just doing embroidery, doing blankets, vests, scarves, things like that. And then as the business started to progress, it became a demand for the t-shirts, heat press, vinyl. So it's about a year that I've added that service into my business too. So I do everything from t-shirts to literally everything, hats, cups, school supplies, book bags, you name it, I do it. But probably my most popular items would be the baby blankets with the embroidery, and then just the t-shirts and cups.
Yes, and you guys like her, like you said, all her stuff is good, but especially if you like, you know, want to do a baby shower and you don't know what to buy the parent or whatever or the child, use her because it's all you gotta do is pick it up. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, because I try to tell everyone that I try to make it so that the customers is like a one-stop shop. So actually, baby showers are very, very popular for me, especially with the baby blankets and baby bibs. So I make it so that when you pick up your item, it's already bagged and ready. I have the cute little cheetah gift bags that I put all of my items in, so it's pretty much ready to go when you pick it up.
Yes, her stuff is great, you guys. And you also said that it's been a year since you service. So how long total have you been in business?
So I've been in business. December 12th will make 3 years that Monogram by Key has been in business. So I'm very excited about it. I will say that my first year was very, very rocky, and I know a lot of entrepreneurs know about being in the red. So my first year, I was definitely in the red because equipment itself, like I really just stepped out on faith. Because I started my business in high school. Well, I didn't start the business, but I started doing embroidery in high school. So at Broughton High School, I took 4 different levels of apparel. And in my senior year, they had the embroidery machine. So I learned how to use the embroidery machine in high school. So I just like really grew a love for it. I was doing like towel sets for some of my friends and some of my teachers at Broughton. So it was just something fun. And then as I was in school, you know, being a family consumer science major, textile and apparel is a part of that branch in family consumer science. So it just kind of made me grow my love even more while at North Carolina Central for embroidery. And I just stepped out on faith, like, I'm going to get this machine. You know, it's like $1,000 machine. I was like, I'm going to just get it. And I know that, you know, hopefully I'll make my money back. So like I said, the first year was very, very rough. But after that, it just really took off.
Yeah, that's good. Well, how do you think you're able to get through that tough transition?
I would say I was able to get through the tough transition just by hustling. I mean, I had to get my business out there. I created my Facebook page so that people could see my work. Just social networks is very, very good for promoting your business. Word of mouth. I literally was just passing out business cards anytime I see someone with Monogram on in the store. I'm like, oh, hey, I can do that. And start a conversation. So passing my cards out to people like that, because honestly, a lot of people, especially in our community, they don't know a lot about the embroidery and the monogramming. So I just try to, you know, show it off, and I wear it. I have my sisters wearing it at school, my mom. So my sister, she's in high school, so she gives me a lot of business. So yeah, you just gotta put yourself out there. You gotta hustle. You gotta be with the grind. It's tough work. Plenty of nights with embroidery, I was up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, just getting it in. But that was before my baby, so it was a lot easier. But you know, you really have to be willing to work. You really do. You have to be able to put in the work.
So talk a little bit. I know these questions are a little awful, but I'm going so good. I got it. So how did that transition happen after you had your baby and you already had a baby? How did that affect your home life?
Now, I will say that was probably the toughest thing, learning time management skills. Because on top of having my son, I'm also a full-time teacher. Like, I teach middle school, so I'm working Monday through Friday. Then I was coming home, staying up late. Like, when he goes to bed, I would try to do my work. But I found that it just was not working, and I actually was just stressing myself out. So one of my friends, she actually told me, like, it's just like a part-time job. You need to clock in and clock out. And I was like, I never looked at it that way, because I'm always posting on social networks. I might be out at dinner, but I'm still trying to promote, or I'm responding back to someone. So I literally had to figure out, okay, I have to, just like a part-time job, I have to set certain hours that I can work, certain days that I'm going to work. And I also have to give myself some days off and some vacation days, just like a normal job. Otherwise, I'm going to burn myself out with it. It was literally at one point where I was like, okay, I'm just not even going to do this right now. I'm going to take a long break and I'll get back to it. And I'm like, no, I can't do this. Like, this is really my passion. Like, when I'm in my workroom, I just get so excited creating and things like that. So I just had to learn not to burn myself out. That was the main thing.
And you said something about basically it being your passion, so it kind of didn't feel like work to you, right?
Right. So I'm trying to set my phone up on my computer. All right, there we go. So yeah, it pretty much feels like, I mean, really, I just love what I do. So I never feel like I'm working. I feel like I'm creating. That's what I always say. I try to I had to learn to say no sometimes too, because I'm always like, okay, I can do it. I can fit this in. Ooh, that sounds like a really good idea. And I get excited about it. And I'm like, okay, I have to just like kind of calm down. Like literally in my sleep, I'm thinking about, oh, this is a good idea. And I might wake up and write it in my journal. Like, okay, this is an idea for later on. I can do this later on down the line. So I mean, it's a passion. I don't feel like I'm working. And I think that's when you know that you've chose the right thing to do. Because if you're dreading doing it every day, then it's really not something that you really want to do. It can't be your passion if you're dreading it every single day.
Good. So what advice would you have for someone trying to balance home life, work life, and entrepreneur
life? Like I said, I definitely recommend, even though, it's your baby. That's how a lot of entrepreneurs look at their business as their baby. And they feel like, oh, I just always got to go, 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 go. You have to realize that it is still, I mean, I don't know if the person's doing it full-time or part-time, but if you have a full-time job and you're doing that on the side, then you have to realize that it is a part-time job for you. And you need to make sure that you're giving yourself a break. Clock in, clock out. That's my best piece of advice. I'm telling you, Jocelyn, I have to shout her out because she's the one who told me that, like, clock in and clock out. And I will say that was the best piece of advice that anyone has ever gave me, because I literally was like running. Like, I'm a very active mom too. I like to try to take my son to story time when I can. We go to the park, the library, things like that. And I'm like, I felt like I was kind of neglecting him because I was like doing all this work. And then when I'm not doing work, I feel like I'm neglecting my business. So for any entrepreneur out there, I just say set a schedule, set days, figure out how much you can actually take in. Like, I literally had to figure out how many orders can I take in 1 week. And then I have to learn to say no, like I was saying. So it's okay to say no to some things. Don't stress yourself out. Just do the best that you can and be great at what you do.
She also said something about right. Like, she said, her sleep.
Yes, right. If you have ideas, I love journaling. That's a way for me to just kind of sit back, relax. I write things down about my day, right? What went well, what can I work on, writing ideas that I come up with, because like I said, people might think I'm crazy, but I literally dream about different projects and stuff like that. So I have to write it down so that I won't forget. Like, I'll wake up like, okay, let me jot this down really quick. I think that's really important. And just coming up with a master plan, you have to write some things down. You can't keep it all in your head. You got to be able to write, figure out where you want to go with it, set some goals, check those goals off. That definitely always makes me feel good about myself whenever I can just check a goal off, especially for the business.
Yes. Checking stuff off, like you accomplished stuff too.
Yes.
And you know what?
And
you know what? This is part of my head. Because I being a stay-at-home mom. Like, school's out and stuff.
Yeah.
So just talk to the stay-at-home moms a little bit. Give them some advice about like entrepreneurship, where to start.
Okay. So it's like you said, in the summer, since I'm a school teacher, in the summers and then holidays, I do get long breaks, especially the summer. So the summer is really where I feel like I can just really go full-fledged with my business. But again, you still have to create a schedule. So although I was partially out this summer, this is my first time actually working because I worked at Wake Tech this summer too. But I was like on 1 week, off 1 week. So the way I worked it out, again, creating a schedule. So you would have thought my son was in summer camp or something, because I'm like, we can't sit in the house. I have to do activities for him.
Yes.
So I have to take him out, whether it was the movies or, like I said, story time at the library. And then what I would do during his nap time, because I'm big on like keeping him on a schedule, so he would go to sleep between like 12 to 30. That's when, if I had any work to do in the summer, I would get it done in between those 2.5 hours. Or, because he obviously I can't get anything done with him. When he was a baby, it was easier. I might could put him in his bouncer and do some work while he's in the bouncer, but like now he's into everything. So it's like I have to either wait until he's down for his nap, or wait until his dad is home and he can help me out too. That's the only way to get stuff done. So I guess for stay-at-home moms, my biggest piece of advice, once again, is just coming up with a schedule. That will really, really go a long way. And even creating a to-do list. Like, again, I'm big on writing things down, creating a to-do list. If it's anything that you need to get done around the house, or get done with your business, I have a little sticky pad on my refrigerator. So I'm literally like, Monday, get this done, and again, checking it off, because once I can make that check mark or cross it off, I feel like, all right, I got something done. I accomplished these things today. Yeah.
Okay, so girl, like you flew through this whole interview.
Oh man, we did.
Like you answered a lot of questions without me even that's good. That's great. I like to keep it short.
This is fun.
That is. But we want to open up interaction. So it's okay when you hear let people ask questions. So ladies, questions about entrepreneurship, motherhood, how they play one against. This is the time to ask your question. Who are just watching, for my people who are just watching this, support me by asking questions. So she can answer. So if anyone has a question, go ahead and ask now.
Girl, I'm still trying to figure out how to work this Facebook Live thing. Okay, all right, now I can see people.
Oh, you can? Okay.
All right. Your mom said, I'm watching, daughter. My mom up here too, Miss Melissa.
Big supporters.
Yes, the number one supporters are the parents.
You really don't know how great your parents are until you go.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so
any questions
starting up the start, where to start, any questions about the interview.
Well, you just kind of asked the question. I don't think I talked about how to start.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I guess starting your business is easy. You have to just figure out what you want to do, and then from there, just save up. There's a lot of people who say the whole dollar and a dream speech, but I had to have money to start mine because I had to buy the equipment. So again, I just saved up for it, and I knew it was what I wanted to do. People kind of was looking at me crazy, but I just went along with it. Oh, someone said, how soon? Oh, that's your hubby. How soon did business take off? So honestly, I would say taking off to really take off, I would say my second year was the big takeoff. And I know, I'm just being completely honest, like my first year, I was getting some money coming in, but like I said, I was in the red from purchasing my equipment, so I was just trying to get out of that hole. But even though I was in the red, I was still doing like business expos and stuff like that. So I had to still get stuff for my business, like banners and cards. So I was still taking the money that I would get and purchase other items with it. And I just felt like as long as I was investing in my business, then I mean it was a plus for me. Um, so it's worth the investment. Definitely worth the investment. Because like I said, it's like my supplemental income now. Like with me being out for summers and stuff like that, or even for the holidays, I mean, it's literally become my second income. So it's worth it. So like I said, I don't know about the whole dollar in a dream speech, but I do know that I I worked very hard to save up the money, and I followed my dreams. And right now, I would say Monogram by Key is definitely taking off. I've been doing the rebranding for my business. So if you're searching for my page on Facebook, I shut it down, that and my site, for rebranding purposes. But I'll be back up in October. And like it's literally worth it to follow your dreams. Just being able to say, like, I'm a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm young doing it. I mean, it's exciting for me. And even though my son is still young, it's just funny because I can sit him in my lap, and when the machine is going, he is so into that machine. So I'm like, well, hopefully I can teach him. And then I even had a large order over the summer for a Girl Scout troop, where I did over 100 T-shirts, and I brought my sister in on it. She was making money. So as long as I can pull my family in and teach someone something, then it's great. My next upcoming project that I'm trying to work on, I'm actually trying to teach classes. A lot of people have been asking me about sewing, basic sewing, and how to get started with embroidery. So I'm actually working with another business owner, Open Frames. She's out of Durham, and she also does embroidery. So if you're in the Durham area, look her up. But we're trying to partner together and provide classes for embroidery and camps.
That is awesome.
So, cheap labor, exactly. I didn't have to pay her too much to help me out, but she's learning, so it's a good thing. And let me see. Hi, Darius. It has been a while since school. Hey.
We got some people. All right. If you guys are just talking about entrepreneurship and balancing it. If anybody has any questions, now. Because we might not have time. We might not have time. We for you. Just joking. But you still have to pay
Yeah. I like your setup back there too.
Oh, thanks, girl. That's like you said. One day I was know what the video is. I just invested my money. And was like, hey, a little bit out of my budget, but I'm going to go ahead and get it. I'm just now using it. I think I bought it like 3 months.
Yeah. Starting off small is always a good thing. Starting off small, even with my event planning business, which I'm doing that with a friend, Autumn. That business just took off really by accident. I had booked a party planner to help plan my son's party, and let's just say it didn't go so well. And with me being a teacher, I'm a perfectionist, and my friend Autumn is also a perfectionist too. She does photography, so I'm at her, Autumn Klein, on Facebook. But that business, like I said, it just started by accident. We started YouTube and stuff, and I'm like, I can do this stuff myself. And then she's like, oh, I can help out. And we just threw the party together, and from there we're like, yeah, this is what we want to do. Yeah. It was fun. If you're doing something and it doesn't even feel like you're working, it's just fun. You can spend countless hours doing it. Like I said, when I first started off with monogramming, I was up to 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and like my fiance would say, okay, Key, have you ate yet? It's time to go to sleep. Like, I was having so much fun doing it. I'm not even noticing I haven't ate. It's 2-3 in the morning. I turn my music on. I'm in my whole vibe, just having fun, doing what I love to do. So, I mean, if there's anything that that you enjoy doing, you love doing it, I definitely encourage you to make it a business.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah.
Also,
Hey, Miss Melissa.
Basically, if you have in need for something, and you don't see too many people in that market, go ahead and hear about how a lot of people in our community know about it. So that's you can be the first one to do it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, besides the open frame studio, I don't really know anyone else. And if you guys do, definitely shout them out. I love connecting with other people who do embroidery, but I don't really know anyone else like me who do embroidery. You know, usually it's like kind of a country thing. Like when I go down to Clayton or Smithfield, I see a lot of people with the embroidery. But I don't really know anyone locally who do embroidery.
Yes. Anybody got any more questions? We're gonna go ahead and drawing part.
Drawing. Any questions?
Ask our questions.
This is a good thing that you're doing, though, Bianca. I saw Brenda on. We got Eagle Pride going on with this thing. Yes, I saw Brenda the other day. Yes. Definitely support her.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, if I go that's where I take.
Yeah, I wish that I was closer to Durham, because if I was, I definitely would be dropping Kate off there too. But Durham's so far from me.
That's how I feel. And then
yeah. Her business took off too, because I remember being in class with her at Central, and when she said it on live, I was just laughing, because when we was in class, she like, "You gonna be a teacher?" I'm not working with kids. Like, I'm gonna be a social worker. Yeah. She just knew that's what she was gonna do. So I was so happy for her when she decided to pursue her business, and when it took off. Like, Brenda's great. Definitely use Creative Kids.
All this black.
Yes. All right, kids. Even what you're doing for the moms is good. Good.
That's all.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll go ahead and end the interview session. KeAndra, I don't know if you want to stay on. But I'm just about to do the drawing. Before I got.
Oh, okay. Did you? Oh, but you said that the drawing won't be for, because I had the shirt.
Oh yeah, show them the shirt.
Okay. So yeah, you win the drawing whenever it is. I have the Super Mom shirts, and then I also have this one. Can you see that? Thou shall not try me, Mom 24/7.
Yes.
Yep, and one more that I'll offer. So you'll be able to choose if you win the drawing. This one says, "Never underestimate a mom fueled by prayer."
Yes, girl.
Right.
And I have it.
So good luck to y'all. You said you want one. I got you, girl.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna do it the same way. I'm gonna just go ahead. Your giveaway. Also from last night. We didn't have that much participation. So I just said I was gonna roll it over.
Okay.
Whoever wins tonight, they get two prizes. Okay?
Ooh.
So I'm trying to see how I'm gonna do this. Because I didn't, I did that much Instagram and stuff. So I think only one person did the tag. Like the way I said it on my Instagram. So the way we're gonna do it. On Instagram. You just tag me. So again, whoever you guys gotta win. Let me see. And thank you guys again. As I look tags. Okay, it looks like Amber Bell. Oh, wow. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta enter into the drawing. I'ma just adapt the qualification. So this shout out this or repost the interview video that you see on the Facebook timeline. That's what we're gonna do for the drawing tomorrow. So if you're watching live right now, tag Bright Enterprises or repost one of our interviews, and that's how you enter into the drawing. But congratulations to Amber Bell. She won. She gets a t-shirt. She gets a t-shirt from Monogram by Key. And she also won skincare products from MR. So we're gonna be in contact with her. Get her free prizes. Okay?
Yes.
And this is all about just empowering women. All of our business is not really about me.
But you're setting it up, so I just thank you again for allowing Monogram by Key to be a part of this, because you are definitely doing something great, shouting out all of our local entrepreneurs, because there's not a lot of people who actually support, so you gotta definitely have those people to keep us motivated and keep us going. It's a good thing. So I appreciate you, and you are a part of it, girl.
Yeah, you're right. But
so for Amber, just hit me up on Facebook. Just message me, and we can figure out your shirt and how we can meet this so you can get your t-shirt.
One more question.
Okay.
It's just been pushing on me. So how do you do God in business? Prayer. Because if it wasn't for God, my business wouldn't even be possible. And if He didn't provide me with the gift of creativity, hey girl, hey. If He didn't provide me with the gift of creativity, then I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm all about prayer. Wake up, pray. Before I go to sleep, I pray. Meditation. So I mean, really, and going to church. And when I can make Bible study, I try to make Bible study too. But you definitely have to put God first in whatever you do, because again, if it wasn't for Him, none of this would be possible. But you guys heard it here first.
No problem, Bianca. I'm glad we got it going. All this technical difficulties. We got it. Yes, ma'am.
All right, see you guys next time tomorrow.
All right, see y'all. All right, bye, Bianca. Thank you. All right.